Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Complete Sports Media's podcast. I'm your host, Darren Campbell. Well, we've reached midweek and the day before the second leg of the PGA playoffs. And so we're looking to do a preview today. We're going to give you some best bets. We're going to give you some breakdown on how we see this tournament going. It's at the Olympia Fields course in Chicago. Second leg of the FedEx Cup Championship. And obviously on Monday, we talked about Dustin Johnson and the incredible, amazing tournament he had in the first leg of the playoffs at the Northern Trust Open. He basically lapped the field, winning by 11 shots, the biggest, largest margin of victory since 2006. And his game just looked incredibly dialed in. As always, we've got Casey O'Donnell joining us and be able to help me break it down. Hi, Casey. How are you? Happy Wednesday.
Hey, Darren. How are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, really good. And yourself? How's the golf game? How's the sailing been?
The golf game's not too bad. A lot of bad shots, but there's some good ones keeping me coming back. So, like everyone's game, I'd say.
Nice. And you had the boat out on the water on Monday?
Yeah, I had it out for a few hours there. It's a lot to learn. I'm really enjoying it.
That's great. Yeah, I'm super happy for you. I know that it's been something that you've wanted for a long time, and it took a while to get it onto the water, and yeah, be able to start sailing around Victoria and the surrounding area. And it's so beautiful over there. If any of the viewers and listeners have never been onto the west coast here of Canada, Vancouver Island, I spent a lot of years over there, and I got lots of friends and family. It's just a gorgeous place in the world, and Casey's very lucky to live over there and have a sailboat that he can take around and explore. And yeah, amazing golf courses, beautiful scenery, and just an incredible, beautiful place in the world. And Casey's lived in a few other places in Canada, but I'm sure you're very happy that you've settled there in Victoria.
Yeah, absolutely. Extremely lucky and blessed to be here in this part of the world. The weather's beautiful, the nature, the people are super friendly. It's a great spot.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah. So, yeah, well, as I said earlier, thanks for joining us today. This is going to be an exciting weekend of golf. It's a second leg of the FedEx Cup Playoffs, as I said. 69 players qualified for this tournament. But we had one huge withdrawal that shocked the world a bit. Webb Simpson, the guy that's number 3 in the standings, has decided to sit this weekend out and just get ready for the next week at East Lake. That's going to fall him down the standings, no doubt. Were you surprised to hear the news about Webb Simpson pulling out?
Yeah, I don't know. Not exactly sure what the pullout was for, but it's very strange. Yeah, midway through the FedEx Cup, there's 3 tournaments, and that's it. Whatever the reasoning was, yeah, it was very shocking to hear.
Yeah, it was surprising. I had him in some of my Draftkings lineups that we're going to discuss a little earlier, and had to make a scramble and pull him out and try to replace him. I replaced him with Daniel Berger, who's playing some fantastic golf now. So hopefully that helps me out. But yeah, it's really surprising because the winner of the FedEx Cup ends up cashing a check for $15 million. And there's been a lot of talk. You and I talked about this. My father talked to a guy that was a college teammate of Webb's, and he said that once he got his 5th kid, his wife said, "It's time to go out and make some serious money for all the college educations and everything, raising all these children now." And he's been on fire this year, playing just some fantastic golf. It's going to give him a little bit harder of a challenge to cash that $15 million check and be up there. But maybe he's getting ready for the U.S. Open that's really soon and needs a bit of a break. He had played 4 straight weeks. And yeah, I think he had just cited some rest that he needed going into here. So yeah, hopefully that's all he needs. And he can play some great golf in East Lake. I don't think he doesn't have any worries about not making the next week because it's only the top 30. But big surprise withdrawing just on on the cusp of the tournament. But why don't we go touch base on DJ? He's the world #1 again. He's the FedEx Cup champion #1. Is he going to be able to take what he learned and what he did at the Northern Trust and be able to bring it to this course and play the same way? Do you think we're going to see the same type of level of play from DJ this weekend?
Well, I sure hope so. That was just, it was incredible to watch him just free flow swinging like that and just hitting those bombs and be able to work that ball both ways. Putting was deadly. This is a long course, over 7,300 yards, par 70. You had mentioned on Monday there, like a couple of them 600 plus, par 5 to open it up. I think there's 7 par 4s over 450 yards. It's a long course, 2 smaller greens that have a lot of undulation. So it will be interesting to your approach shots. If you can keep those, if you can drive it good and keep it in the short stuff, he's got a very good chance.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah, it was one of the best demonstrations of superior golf that I've seen in my lifetime this past weekend. DJ was just on fire, winning by 11 shots against an amazing world-class field, and just being able to be the #1 driver, #1 putter. He was his short irons were looking really great. Just amazing golf. And you don't you wouldn't think that a guy would lose it a few days later. Hopefully not, because we would love to see that level of golf again. Obviously, Justin Thomas has had a fantastic year. He's going to come in second ranked and looking really great. Didn't have the best tournament last week, but still played pretty solid. What are we going to see out of Justin Thomas?
Yeah, I hope he plays a lot better. Not that he played bad last week, but just didn't quite seem to have it. Golf's a funny game, as you know. He can get kind of streaky, but where he's at, I think you're going to see him play very well. Yeah.
Daniel Berger playing some fantastic golf. He's had a lot of top 10s, really high up there week after week after week. And as I said, I replaced Webb Simpson with Daniel Berger in my DraftKings lineups that we'll get to in a few minutes. Talk about Berger's season and the possibility of him finishing way up there again this week.
Yeah, he's been playing very well this season. Not really, not lighting it up too many times, but he's always kind of right there, quietly going about his business. His putting's been just unreal, and his iron play is phenomenal.
Colin Morikawa missed his second cut this past week, which shocked the world because he had only missed one cut in his whole PGA Tour career, and won the PGA Championship, had won a couple of tournaments this year, and had risen right up to number 5 in the world. He is 5th on the FedEx Cup rankings. And do you think that humbling experience will do anything good for his game coming into this weekend?
I think so. I was very shocked. I'm sure most people were very shocked that he missed the cut and didn't play well. He plays very consistent. Cool as a cucumber coming down the stretch there too in the pressure cooker. I think you see good things from him this week.
Yeah, I agree. Harris English was the best player outside of DJ last weekend. He's number 6 coming in here. A 19 under tournament is going to win you most of the tournaments that we see. His golf is obviously really sharp right now. Coming in number 6. I'd recommend Harris English in a lot of lineups that you can find him in, and I expect him to be near the top of the leaderboard come Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got 6 top 10s this week. I jumped up from 27 to 6 in the FedEx Cup. Big move there, right at the right time. So he's trending in a very good way right now.
Sure is. Yeah. I'm going to list a few more guys coming down. Bryson D Chambeau, number 7. You and I have talked about Bryson, so much since this restart, putting on the muscle, putting on the yardage, lots of distance off the tee. Missed the cut this past week. Didn't play terrible, but just not really up to Bryson's standards. Do you think this bombing approach will work on a course like this? It's a little tight, and it's going to be hard to miss fairways. What do you think we're going to see from Bryson?
Yeah, I don't know. That second cutter off is looking pretty thick out there. May have some gnarly lies. I don't know if he will play that well, but he does have good memories here. In 2015, he won the U.S. Amateur. He'd actually defeated McNeely, Maverick, in the round of 16 that year. Oh, wow. So they both played well at this course. So sometimes maybe that's all it takes is just a friendly, familiar course, kind of jumpstart the game. He's been struggling a little bit and arguing with the rules officials and whatnot. But yeah, I like to see him play well. But if he can't get that driver narrowed down there, it's going to be a tough week for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe he, can dial it back on a few holes and just bomb it on the, par fives and some of the ones that are a little more wide open. Tiger Woods is calling this, very difficult looking course, more like a U.S. Open setup than just a regular tour stop. He has to finish either solo sixth or into fourth position to guarantee him a spot at East Lake. What do you think we're going to see from Tiger coming into this weekend?
He's struggled getting 4 good rounds together. He's put together 1 or 2 or even 3 good rounds, but just doesn't have that consistency. Maybe just still a little bit of that rust that he's struggling with. But last week he played very well. That final round 66, that was a great performance there. It just didn't have it going Friday and Saturday. His swing looks good. His putting looked good. Hopefully he can keep it together for 4 rounds, but I don't know. I'm not putting too much stock in him.
Yeah. Well, he didn't play the Tour Championship last year, but he played it in 2018 and ended up winning it. Hadn't won a tournament in a few years going into that tournament. Was able to shock the world and win the Tour Championship. And it was in a spectacular performance from him. We're hoping he does well and finishes near the top of the leaderboard so we can see him the following Thursday and tee it up at East Lake. It's always fun to have Tiger in the mix. And those top 30 guys, they're all going to cash some really big checks. And it's always fun to see Tiger in the mix. You can never count him out once he tees it up. So I'm going to go down the list of a few of the other guys. Sungjae Im is number 8 on the list. Jon Rahm, number 9. Obviously, Rahm was number 1 in the world for the last few weeks here and there. He's switched places with a few of these other guys, but Jon Rahm's been having a fantastic season, and expect more great things from him this weekend as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of my picks I have for this week for sure. He played very well last week. He's trending very good. He wants that number 1 position, I'm sure, again. So he's got a lot of fight in him.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah. And then rounding out some of the other guys, Patrick Reed, number 10, Xander Schauffele, 11, Rory McIlroy, 12. We've talked a lot about Rory's struggles, and he doesn't seem like he's the same old Rory. Brenda Todd, 13, Scotty Scheffler, 14. Scheffler shot a 59 last week and was sniffing at the top of the leaderboard the whole entire weekend after that. Great performance. I expect to see some great things from Scheffler. His game is really dialed in, looking really great these days.
Yeah, for sure. Him and Kevin Kisner made big moves up that FedEx Cup leaderboard there last week. So I expect good things from both of those guys.
Great. Hey, I just want to take a little bit of time to mention our sponsors. We've been able to work with some really great partners and sponsors, and I want to mention Anchor FM off the top. Anchor's the easiest place to make a podcast. Anchor's been a really great partner of Complete Sports Media. They've been fantastic at being able to post our podcasts on multiple platforms and help us out with publishing episodes. Go to Anchor FM if you want to create a podcast, if you want to listen. Really, really great place for that. I want to also mention Verbero Hockey. It's the ultimate leader in hockey apparel and equipment. They've got a really amazing featured stick these days called the V350, 350 grams. It's the lightest stick on the market. And go to CompleteSportsMedia.com. We'll get you some details, get you an opportunity to purchase one of their sticks. some of their hockey equipment. Verbero's a really, really great leader in technology, performance, and value. Also like to mention Forever Living. Forever Living is the aloe vera company. They grow and manufacture aloe-based products, and they're for health and beauty. Also go to CompleteSportsMedia.com, and we'll give you a lot of details and ability to purchase some of the fantastic products. So, okay, moving on. I do want to talk about some of the pairings, some of the tee times for the guys, ones that are really exciting and fun to watch. Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods tee it up at 8:55. That's the early pairing that looks the most fun. They played together last week, and I saw them having lunch together at the picnic table, and there was a lot of great exchanges with them when they were mic'd up. Always fun to see these two guys tee it up. Longtime rivals, both Nike guys. Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch them first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great group there for sure. Be a little bit of competition between them for sure. It's be exciting to watch.
Justin Thomas tees it up with Lanto Griffin at 10:45. That'll be great to watch. Our Canadian Corey Connors and Denny McCarthy tee it up at 11:05. What are we going to see from Corey Connors this week?
I think you're going to see some good things out of him. He's fourth in the PGA Tour greens and regulation, just over 70%, 71%. He's going to be small greens. I think he's going to play well. He hasn't played his best coming in, but this could be the one where he's got a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, that greens and regulation is such a huge statistic and something to watch for, especially when you're picking guys in DraftKings and things like that. So good luck to Corey Connors. Hope he does really well. John Rahm and Hideki Matsuyama tee it off at 12:45 Pacific time. Mackenzie Hughes was supposed to tee it up with Webb Simpson at 1:15. I'm not sure if that means he'll be solo. I haven't heard what happens in that event where he's by himself and there was a withdrawal. How about yourself? Did you hear?
No, I didn't hear. Maybe we could go tee it up with him.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah. Mackenzie Hughes has had a really great year and had opportunities being up in the top 10 on the leaderboard. And lots of great Canadians this year. It's nice to see both Corey and Mackenzie there. And if he's playing solo, I hope he can keep his game up at the top level. And then we've got the next pairing is Alex Noren, Terrell Hatton. Both, really great guys from Sweden and England that have come over, had really great years and playing really well. This will be a fun pairing to watch.
Yeah, they've both been playing very well. A lot of top tens, very consistent play. They're really lighting it up. Should be really good.
Yeah, true. And then we've got Daniel Berger teeing it up at 2:05 with Harry Higgs. Berger's one of my choices to be right up there. And then Dustin Johnson and Harris English are paired together like they were on Sunday. So really cool to get to be able to play together again and tee it up and hopefully, race up that leaderboard. Everybody will be teeing it up before them. So they'll have to chase everybody heading into Thursday.
Yeah, Harris played great with even being in second place and just still being able to play his game, not getting too rattled with DJ's performance. But Harris English's short game is pretty slick.
Yeah, holy cow, is it ever? Yeah, so I'd like to give you some of my DraftKings picks now. Go to DraftKings.com. You can go to the golf section, and there's multiple ways to play, multiple contests to join in. You can join in for free. You don't have to pay anything, as low as 25 cents if you do want to put a little money on it, and up to lots of dollars. Use your game sense, as they say, but it adds a lot of excitement. DraftKings.com. Go there and find some golf lineups. So as always, they've got a classic lineup that is all 4 rounds. You'll go all the way through Sunday, and whoever has the most points will take the win. So my classic lineup has Daniel Berger, Tony Finau, Kevin Kisner, Harris English, Mackenzie Hughes, and Russell Henley. How does that sound, Casey?
That sounds pretty good. I like that. Mackenzie Hughes, too, he's been playing very well. I think you're going to see some good things from this week. It looks
Yeah.
like a pretty good lineup you have there.
I'm excited about that classic lineup. Yeah. So, and then I've got the showdown. Showdown's just the first round. I'll probably put one in for every round, but heading into Thursday's round, my showdown has a lot of the same names that I had in my classic lineup: Daniel Berger, Harris English, Terrell Hatton, Alex Noren, Louis Oosthuizen, and Russell Henley. Louis Oosthuizen had to get 2 putts for I think it was either a par or a birdie on the last hole, so he could secure number 70th position and be that bubble boy. It was pretty cool, and nice to see him make it. We've seen a lot of guys that just barely scrape into cuts and things like that and do really well. So I'm hoping Louis tees it up well. Do you remember seeing him on the last hole having to make those putts so he could make it into this tournament?
Yeah, that was very exciting. He knew exactly where he stood too. He played a really good tournament, just kind of struggled a bit on Sunday, or else he would have had that 70th position locked right up. But good to see him bounce back from a bit of struggle and make it right on the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usti's a good player for sure.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. So, and then we've got tiers. So, tiers, they'll typically have about 4 or 5 golfers in each tier, guys that are sort of similarly playing the same way through the season, and they rank them and give you an idea on who to pick. So I've picked Dustin Johnson, Xander Schauffele, Daniel Berger, Harris English, Scotty Scheffler, and Alex Noren. So I got a murderer's row lineup there. Lots of guys that Casey and I have already talked about heavily, and yeah, I recommend trying to follow that lineup pretty closely. I think I'm in for the money. I really like going into the double up your money. So if you just finish in the top 50% of the group, you win double your money. Really good way of going about it. If you try to go into large groups, you have to finish in the top 25%, and it's quite a bit harder. So yeah, go for the gusto. There's opportunities at winning millions of dollars, opportunities of winning tens of thousands of dollars. Put a little bit of money and try for that. But I do recommend going into doubling your money just by finishing in that top 50%. So do you have a lineup that we can discuss there in front of you?
Yeah, I got one of the classic lineups there with I got Terrell Hatton, Mackenzie Hughes, Maverick McNeely, Colin Morikawa, Alex Noren, and John Rahm.
Wow.
We'll see what happens. You just never know what's going to happen, but that's who I'm feeling with my gut.
I'm amazed that you can fit all those guys into the $50,000 salary lineup.
Yeah, I had like $200 left. But so yeah, but Hughes and McNeely, they don't draw a great price, which I'm surprised with Mackenzie Hughes. He seems like very good value.
Yeah. Wow. Does he ever? Yeah. No, I was impressed by how they valued him so that I could fit him in. Yeah, because, you know, as a Canadian, we're following him. Typically, maybe a lot of the Americans aren't following him as much, but we've been able to see him near the top of the leaderboard so often when he tees it up on Thursday and going through Sunday. So, you know, I'm pretty impressed by his year, and I'm glad they devalued him on the salary structure for the lineups that I could fit him in. It excited me, and I think it you know, should bode well for both of us to you know, win some money on Sunday. And you know, I'd be happy cashing a big check on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'll take one of those. Yeah, Hughes had a putt earlier in the season there for a 59, so you know he's got the game still. So he's sniffing around at every tournament. He seems to be right there. And no cut this week, so
yeah, no cut, which is no cut actually is really good. I'm glad you mentioned that. No cut really excites me because you know, you don't have to worry about the guy not being able to tee it up all 4 rounds, and you know, even if he doesn't go into the weekend well. We saw with Colin Morikawa, you know, he was only 2 under heading into Sunday in the PGA Championship, and then he ended up shooting 11 under Saturday, Sunday, and winning the whole thing. So it you know, opens up the whole entire field to an opportunity to take the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you don't open with an 80, you should be all right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really real tough long course. They're calling for it to cool off Saturday, Sunday. It's a drop of 10 degrees Celsius. So it'll be interesting to see how much less that ball flies come the afternoon. This could be quite a difference, especially for some of the not so long players. Instead of hitting your 5-iron, you may be hitting a 3-iron in some of those longer holes.
Yeah.
Well, one par 3, I was at 8 there. That's 250 yards. Should be a 3-wood for a lot of players, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, yeah, so long, like a couple of par 5s over 600, a par 3 over 250. Yeah, you're going to have to, try to land it short and roll on to, some of these courses. Maybe some of the players are going to actually have 3 shots to hit some of these par 5s. And I mean, that length and that distance, some of the guys like Dustin Johnson, Bryson D Chambeau, Tony Finau have been able to try to shorten the course by being able to drive it so far. But when you lengthen it out that much, it brings so many more elements into the game, and more players have the ability to win and play really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Bethpage Black's the only other course on the circuit that's longer for a par 70. So it'll be a definite challenge. That rough, second cut of rough, supposed to be pretty thick. So the weather looks like it's going to cooperate. So it may hopefully, knock on wood, no weather delays this time. But it looks like just maybe partly cloudy through the week.
Yeah. Yeah, just briefly getting back to DraftKings, I mentioned some of the contests that you can go into. This is a really exciting one, and it's not going to break the bank. It's only $25 entry fee. It's $500,000 to first place. You're in a group with, you're in a huge, massive pool with 82,000 people, but put in a lineup, $25. That's a case of beer these days, and give yourself an opportunity. The prize pool's $1.75 million, and somebody's going to be one happy guy. We're going to see, obviously, these guys, on the PGA Tour cashing some big checks, but here on DraftKings, there's going to be some fantastic checks to cash too. Lots of other entries that are, really quite reasonable. There's $100,000 to first place for a $5 entry. This one's called Drive the Green. And the other one that I mentioned is called the Penultimate Push. There was another one that I had featured that was pretty spectacular. Just as I said, a lot of double ups are really great, easy to do. I'm in the single entry double up where there's 3,448 people. So you just have to finish in the top 50% of that, and you're going to double your money. That's $5 double up. So go to DraftKings.com and put a lineup together. Casey and I have been excited to do that. It keeps you dialed in all 4 rounds, and it gives you an opportunity to win some money. I've won some money. Casey's won some money, and it's a lot of fun. I do want to touch base on the other tournament that's going on. We talked about Phil Mickelson teeing it up on the Champions Tour for the first time, and he was the betting favorite going in. Everybody thought he would do well. He had to perform, and he has. He shot 10 under first round, another 7 under second round, 17 under going in. Now he's at 23 under, and he's on the 18th hole, just about to win this tournament. Very impressive performance by Phil. Not every Champions Tour player has won in their debut, but he's running away from the field, and he's going to cash a big check this what is it today? Wednesday. Yeah, today he's going to cash a check.
Yeah, what a great start to the week there, opening up with that 61. He's going to be following in Jim Furyk's footsteps. Furyk won on his debut, and now this year it looks like Phil's going to get the job done. So that's really nice to see. It's such a different feel from the regular tour to the Champions Tour, but just amazing, like how you can come out your debut and win it is just beautiful to see.
Yeah, no, I loved watching it. We're not treated to competitive golf like this usually early in the week. Usually they tee it up Thursday through Sunday, but had a special tournament start this week, I guess, to keep away from the FedEx Cup Playoffs. They teed it up on Monday, so we're getting to watch golf Monday through Wednesday, and now Thursday through Sunday as well. And really great field. A lot of fantastic names on that Champions Tour. And yeah, I mean, so many guys that we grew up liking and watching play at a super high level for the last 20 years, suddenly teeing it up on the Champions Tour. Mike Weir was near the top of the leaderboard quite a bit this weekend and or this week, and yeah, it's been a fun tournament to watch. I'm really glad that Phil decided to tee it up and bring a lot more eyeballs to that tour.
Yeah, absolutely. He's so exciting to watch play. Like, it's even better when he's playing bad, almost spraying it everywhere and making up and downs from all over the place. That's just the thrill of watching Phil. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's a master craftsman out there, and yeah, he doesn't mind bombing it as far as he possibly can, and even if he sprays it left or right, he's going to be able to get himself out of trouble. Always has, always will. It seems like the guy is just such a joy to watch, and it's incredible that yeah, he's still playing at such a high level, competing really well on the PGA Tour, but yeah, he missed out this week at the BMW Championship. First time. He hasn't missed the playoffs in 13 years. He hasn't always gone to Eastlake, but he's been, super competitive late into his late 40s, and now he's 50 and comes onto this tour, and he's get a big win today. Yeah, it adds so much to golf, being able to have a lot more tours. You and I have talked about the Women's Tour, the Champions Tour, and I do want to mention the Mckenzie Tour now. The Mckenzie Tour had the last two tour stops over in Victoria, where you are. Bear Mountain was the holder of the events, and Mckenzie Tour is really a lot of great golfers that usually are Canadian or some from around the world come here. They get their opportunity to play some tournament golf and get an opportunity to yeah, play in some very competitive rounds. It was great to see over in Victoria a couple of events back to back.
Yeah, Bear Mountain there, it's a tough track up there. I haven't actually got to play yet. I don't want to frustrate myself just yet. My game's not there to challenge a Nicholas course, but yeah, I'm sure that was just set up just beautiful for them.
Yeah, it was great to see some pictures from Golf Talk Canada. They put some stuff on there. This is called the Canada Life Series. You go to CanadaLifeSeries.com for more info. Yi Chow won the tournament, going away, wire-to-wire win, 8 under. He's leading the race for the Cup. He's at 645 points, ahead of Evan Holmes, a Canadian, in second place. Then we've got a South African, Albert Pistorius, is sitting third. Zach Anderson and Joey Savoy, Canadians, fourth and fifth place. We had some Joey Savoy was his debut. He shot a 64, low round of the tournament, and ended up in second place. And then a Vancouver Island native, Noren Rowe, ended up solo fifth, and another Canadian, Andrew Harrison, tied for sixth. And they're going to TPC Toronto. They're going to be over in your old neck of the woods in Toronto, September 2nd. So keep your eye out for Mckenzie Tour. A lot of really great golfers on that. And yeah, really nice to see those pictures from Bear Mountain. I've had an opportunity to be up there a few times, and man, it's like you say, tough tracks. There are a lot of tough tracks in Victoria, with it being so hilly and mountainous, and yeah, a lot of amazing courses. They played the Valley course over there, but I recommend a lot of people try to go over there. It is pricey, but something that you can't miss when you go to the island. Try to play some of the really spectacular courses there.
Yeah, there's lots of blessed here with all the courses, all within very close distance, up and down the island too. I like that Olympic view. That's a nice track there. It's a challenging one for sure. But yeah, there's so much golf out here. It's awesome.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You and I teed it up at Olympic View last month, I believe it was, and yeah, a lot of fun. It's a tough course though. You're gonna definitely lose some balls if you hit it, off the fairway. But yeah, it was a fun day until the storm burst in on us and forced us off the course. I enjoyed myself a lot. It was fun to tee it up there.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, it dropped a few degrees when that wind and the rain came in.
Yeah, so the second leg of the playoffs is upon us. Olympia Fields in Chicago is going to be the track. Yeah, I expect some really spectacular golf coming up. Let's hope that Dustin Johnson can play as well as he played this past week. I mentioned a ton of the great golfers out there that, yeah, they're all vying for a really good spot, going into East Lake. The way it works in East Lake is the guy that's sitting in first place is going to be starting at 10 under. Second place is at 8 under, third at 7, and on down the line. So that does give you an advantage right away, teeing it up on Thursday ahead of the field immediately. And so, yeah, I expect guys are going to be super competitive, grinding to try to get the best possible position they can heading into the final weekend of the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. This is it. It's go time for these guys. A lot can happen. You can come back from pretty far back with a win. You can really catapult yourself up that leaderboard and get into East Lake from far back. From far back there, it's nice.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah. I love the no cut. I love the opportunity that every guy that tees it up on Thursday has got the ability to tee it up on Sunday as well and finish the tournament. It's nice that you can cheer on your favorites. Go to DraftKings, as I mentioned. Go to our website to support our partners and sponsors, and yeah, give us a like, give us a comment, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, let's support Complete Sports Media and get a lot more really great podcasts like this one today with Casey O'Donnell. I appreciate your time as always, Casey. Enjoy the water, enjoy the golf, and yeah, I look forward to speaking with you through the tournament as it emerges.
Yeah, absolutely, Darren. Thanks for having me.
Okay, yeah, all the best. Take care of yourself. Thanks for coming in twice a week now. It's been a lot of fun for me to catch up with you and discuss the golf. We've had a fantastic season all around. It's just been an amazing start to the playoffs, going into the majors. I can't believe the level of golf we're seeing. These guys didn't lose a lick over that pandemic hiatus. Man, we're just seeing some of the greatest golf we've ever witnessed. And yeah, it's going to be nice to see who emerges through this field and goes to the top of the leaderboard come Sunday as they head into the final leg in East Lake. So enjoy the golf. Good luck with your picks on DraftKings. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Appreciate your time as always. And we look forward to talking to you very soon. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.
Take care.